What up, YouTube? This is Midwest Raider, and I am on YouTube, of course, and I'm bringing you another blog video on some diamonds in the rough that I've had for a while that I just wanted to bring to you and tell you that they actually work pretty well. I like to find inexpensive things that have helped me DJ over the years because, like I said, we all have to start off somewhere, and sometimes we can't afford the best equipment. Well, sometimes we can find good equipment that doesn't cost a lot, and if I say you find some good equipment that works, use it. So that's my motto so far, and so far I've done pretty well, and I've had compliments when I do stuff. And so if you can get that when you're doing gigs, then your stuff must work okay. So I have to bring you two things today. I have two 8-inch, one powered and one passive. I like to actually bring you the powered one first, but so let me take this guy down and I'll bring you this Podium right here. So, like I said, I've had this Podium Pro Audio 8-inch powered speaker for 6 years. This thing has been a powerhouse for me that has always performed and delivered when I needed it, and it was very inexpensive when I bought it at the time. I think I got a good deal on it. I want to say they were like $129, and I picked them up for $99, and I got two of them, so two of them for $200, and they were both powered 8-inch speakers, rated at 200 watts, peaked at 400 watts, and I was ecstatic at the time because for $200 I got some nice powered loudspeaker type speakers. So I've used these for all kinds of events, and they're very loud. They of course don't have a lot of bass, but they are very loud, and you can definitely run them at any volume. Now, I don't think you can get this particular model anymore. It's 6 years old. But like I said, there are other Podium Pro Audio products out there. They have a new one out that is an 8-inch speaker from Podium, and it is basically just their new model. And on the back, it has their plate amplifier, but now instead of their amp being here, they have a equalizer and some other features that you can actually use with the speaker. This one just had master, mid, and a mic volume, and you could line out straight to your speaker, and you could also link you could link out to your other speaker, and you could hit the line in on there. You also had a mic directly into the speaker as well with the volume control on there. So for me, it was a great little speaker. I can still use this. It still works well. I've never had any issues with it. So if you're out there, I think the new one is like $180, but it has new features. It has a little equalizer on the speaker itself. So I would definitely say it's a good speaker. It's kind of in between, so you could probably say that, well, I could probably go get, a JBL or something else for that price at $180, but I don't think you could price-wise. So, if you're in between, I would still recommend these because they're actually, for the price you actually get a very good speaker that's going to last you a long time. So it just kind of depends what you want. I know a lot of people haven't heard of this, but it's actually a very good speaker, and I would recommend them because how long it's lasted and how it's performed. It is very loud. It sounds very good. It's lacking a little bass, but it is very loud. And I run it with a sub anyways, so it was perfect for me. And it could work for any kind of environments. I use this for 50 to 60 people parties with the subwoofer, and it sounded great. So, like I said, I could crank it. I ran it at very high volumes, and it always performed, never died, and it's still here 6 years later. So, Podium products, I would recommend them. If you're looking for something in between and you still want some quality and some performance, those guys, I'll give them kudos because I've had that for 6 years and I would use it again. If you need something a little bit more inexpensive and you have an amplifier, I would suggest this Rockville here. I know there's a lot of pros and cons on Rockville. A lot of people say they're junk. A lot of people say they're okay. I'm kind of in between. I think they have select items that they've built very awesomely, and then there's other items that probably haven't worked so well for me, in my opinion. So, like I said, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I'm just giving you a honest opinion because I like to bring you stuff that there's not a lot of videos out, and not a lot of people have reviewed. So I got this Rockville here, and I got it for 48 bucks, and I wanted something very portable if I needed to do a small gig, and then I would have a sub, and I would plug these two speakers in, and I would have all I would need for a little party outside, little deck party outside, whatever, or even inside a house party, or any kind of event you could actually do. Small event. So this is an awesome karaoke speaker. If you have an amp, it is a 4 ohm speaker. They have 4 and 8 ohm models. The wattage is allegedly, the wattage is 400 watt peak, 200 watt program power, or 100 watt RMS. And Rockville always says program power. I usually kind of take that as you're in between. So if it says it's 100 watt RMS and it says it's 200 watt program power, I'm guessing it could probably take 200 watts. And I definitely ran this guy at 200 watts according to what my amps run. So I know I can push this guy, and it's been a champ for me. I've used this with other systems too, and it performs very well. They are very loud, and they actually produce a nice bass tone. And sometimes when you're thinking about an 8, you're not going to get very much bass out of them, which I'm not even thinking about is getting bass out of them. But this guy actually produces a bass tone, and I was very impressed when I heard him. And so I definitely recommend this guy. Like I said, you can pick them up for under $50. So just the value in itself at a $50 speaker, when you're talking about DJ equipment, is just crazy. So you would think at $50 they're going to perform really crappy and not be worth your time. But I've actually found that this was worth my time, and I am very impressed with it. I've used it for little small gigs, and I've never had any issues with it. I've abused it, I've cranked it, I have thrown it around because it's so light. It's 11 pounds, and it just worked for me, and so I'm very impressed. The only thing that I've had is it does come with a Rockville plate, and that fell off. But other than that, the speaker's still intact. The woofer sounds good. It does have a good dispersion for the crowd there on the power horn. It has 2 handles. It does feel cheaply made, like you could just throw it around, but it has been a powerhouse for me, guys, and I would buy this again just for its portability and for the way it sounds. It sounds very good. My only downside on it is that it is speak-on, and I don't have a lot of speak-on cable, so I had to buy the quarter jack adapter here because I don't have a lot of speak-on cable, and it is an output speak-on and it is an input speak-on, and it is not quarter jack, so you have to use an adapter. And I usually always just leave this adapter on it, and I have my quarter jack there. But so the adapter will cost you, $6 to $8, or you can just pick up on speak-on cables if you have them already. But other than that, I have had no issues with these guys. They feel cheaply made, but they've actually performed very well for me. And like I said, I've put this through the abuse. I've had these for probably 2 years, and they've always worked for me and came through, sounded good. I've pushed them. They are very loud, and they actually produce very crisp highs and mids and a little bit of bass, which I was actually surprised. So you can see the bottom there. It has your pole mount and your tightener there for your pole. And like I said, they are very light at 11 pounds. Pretty well constructed. I mean, all the screws are in there very well. Got your plate screen, and like I said, it sounds like cheaply made, but they actually perform well. So, you know, I can't explain it, but they work. They just work. So if you're looking for an inexpensive karaoke, PA, small gig type unit that's very portable, you can run them at high volume. They'll produce a good sound, a good bass tone. You mix them with your sub. Man, I really have to give it to Rockville for this speaker. I've had a few Rockville products in the past, some of them good, some of them bad. I've had to return a few of them. Their customer service has always been good though, and I've gotten things replaced or, you know, money back or whatever I needed. So I have no problems with Rockville, and so far they've been, you know, a pretty good product. I have a few of their products now. I mean, I have all kinds of equipment, and but I have a few of their products. I have an equalizer. It actually works pretty well. I have a portable little mini PA system with a microphone and a handle, and you can just take that unit for like a little deck party or something. I have that, and I actually had to return it because the other one had some issues. They sent me a new one, no issue, and that one works great. I've had some studio speakers. I really would, I have a video on their studio speakers, and they're actually very good. So I would recommend those. I've had a Rockville sub. I had some issues with that. They sometimes don't come very well packed, and it came pretty beat up. But once again, I had no issues with their customer service, and of course Amazon too on getting that repaired as well. So, you know, I've had some issues with them, but so far customer service has worked well with them, and then they've been able to, you know, get my stuff fixed or repaired or, you know, money back if I needed it. But so far I don't think I've ever returned maybe one item I had to return because it just didn't work out for me, and it didn't really work for what I needed it. So, but other than that, Rockville has been pretty good for me. So I would recommend their products. You might have to, you know, do a little bit of jumping around with them, but overall, these speakers, I have not had any issues with them. They've been very rock solid for me, and performed very well. So for $50 or less, you can pick up these on Amazon or eBay, and they would be a great starter speaker along with the sub and your amplifier, and you're good to go. So I hope this guys helps you with the review, and I hope you guys tune in and like and subscribe. If you want some more videos, I think I have one more item I would like to give a review on that I have in my arsenal, and that you guys might want to take a look at. There might be some more videos on those, but I still will probably just make one anyways. So I still have some more videos. If you guys want to tune in. Please like and subscribe if you want to see some more, just to show me that you guys are watching and that you guys are interested in some more videos. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I can't talk today, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, this is a Rockville 8-inch passive speaker. Picked them up for under $50, and I would totally recommend them. Very simple, very direct, but been a rock solid performing speaker, so I've had no issues with you. It has some handles on both sides, and then my other speaker was a Podium Pro audio speaker. It's an 8-inch as well. It was powered. They have a new version if you're interested in that. I had that for 6 years, and that guy has also performed well for me as well, and it's still going good today if I needed it. So I hope this guys helps you. If you please would like and subscribe, and have any comments or anything, I'll answer anything to the best of my ability. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to Midwest Raider on some more reviews of some items. Thanks guys, later.